Enough of the serious questions in life. Now to the headlines that make us question or not question why aliens have not seen fit to share wonderful technology with us. In our headlines, daily WTF. Let's bring it on. Let's laugh at the absurdity at the, well, Walmart rapture that we are encountering in 2025.
The tea-caked scroll, thou glowing shrine of thirst traps, scams, and dollar signs. We chant in tones both grim and low, for virtue fled a long time ago. Kyrie eleison, Christe descendat, final form Jesus return in wrath. With six-pack glistening, sword in hand, he cometh swift to cleanse the land.
I thought that we had defeated these in the late 80s, that salad and jello would never again darken culinary doorsteps, but apparently gelatin dishes are back on the menu, boys. And I'm scared. I am afeared. There were unholy combinations that were tolerated in the 70s. I am only guessing due to copious amounts of Quaaludes, and I, for one, say, can we give this up pre-Lent? Can we stop this travesty from happening again? Well, the humble Jello salad and its savory ancestor, aspic, are shaking up American kitchens once again, even getting a glossy fine dining revival. Why? For the love of God, why? Look, I don't understand why people eat oysters. It seems like swallowing a sea booger, but I let you do it. But I draw the line at bringing back Jello salads. What is wrong with this? Why? Now, aspic originated in medieval kitchens as a way to preserve meat using collagen-rich broths that solidified into a savory jelly. It later evolved into mid-century American status symbols thanks to Jello molds. By the 70s, it had fallen out of fashion, mostly remembered as an odd mix of mayonnaise, olives, and hot dogs suspended in Jello for whatever nebulous fucking reason. And you can go ahead and mark up nebulous fuck on your bingo cards. So I'm wrong. Apparently this was a 1950s thing. I'm sorry to have maligned you. 1970s. I can only imagine that deprivation and trauma from the Great Depression was what led to Jello salad and not Quaaludes in the 70s. Well, according to, current people, joining this new gelatin craze, there's a fascination with aspics and gelid salads mirrors the revival of homemade bone broth and cooking with beef tallow. It's a return to texture, thrift, and whole ingredient techniques. My paternal grandmother made this for every holiday meal. Hers had green peas in it. It was a popular dish, and I always remember looking at it and thinking, it's interesting to look at. Who the hell puts peas and shrimp in Jello? Stop it. Don't. No. I hated it, another person said. Now, some commenters actually are remembering these atrocities to humanity's palates fondly. I loved my mom's, another user wrote. She made hers with V8 juice, beef consomme, a little bit of Worcestershire sauce, and a variety of green vegetables, chopped zucchini, green onions, green pepper, and celery. No, that's child abuse. Stop it. Now home cooks are reviving the trend on social media. They're sharing Jello salads studded with marshmallows and fruit, savory jelly concoctions packed with tomatoes, crab meat, clams, olives, and even beef tongue. Okay, when I am president or empress, whichever, path I go down, I'm outlawing this. Like, you want to go to Gitmo, bring some Jello salad. That's the only way you're going to get to Gitmo, or if you're an ultra douchebag and I just can't stand you. Look, I'll be totally transparent. it's going to be punitive and super judicial. But if you annoy me enough or you're incompetent enough, I'm sending you to get Mo. Again, choose wisely when you choose Mo for president. Now, millennials and Gen Zs are rediscovering so-called grandma foods such as meatloaf's casserole and spam. The wave of nostalgia has even made room for gelatin-based food art trending across TikTok, Instagram, and Pinterest. No. Now look, I don't plea across the bounds of religion, creed, ethnicity, and general just everything that divides us. But I think possibly the one thing that could, in fact, unite humanity is stopping Jell-O. Do not give Jell-O a chance. Give peace a chance. Unite humanity without, having to resort to an alien invasion. Just say no to Jell-O salad. I do love me some meatloaf, though. But just say no to Jell-O salad. Well, I mean, Final Form Jesus sort of had a part in this, in that he and our Heavenly Father did create her rack. You're welcome, male, smallish male contingent of chat. I do look out for you. A stunning fan has been identified after going viral at a Georgia-Texas game. A female Georgia fan had the internet buzzing when she was shown on an ESPN broadcast during Saturday's 35-10 win over Texas. The beautiful brunette who was holding red pom-poms. Sure, I'm sure it's the pom-poms everyone was focusing on, not the rack of Georgia. Sure, it was the pom-poms that got everyone excited, not them big old yitties. Anyway, look, I can enjoy a pear even if I have a pear at home, in a jar. Now, apparently, she has been identified as Harley, and her TikTok, handle has gone viral. She appears to be a freshman at Georgia, as recent videos show her sporting Bulldogs gear in her dorm room. She also shared a video in support of the Bulldogs ahead of Saturday's clash. "Go Dogs beat Texas," she captioned. Yeah, I see that we were scoping out the pom-poms. You're welcome, male chat members, all two of you. Now, the viral of this, the viral tweet and her identity has gone viral for two very front and center reasons that you don't need to be Sherlock Holmes to figure out. And I say, don't hate the player, hate the game, ma'am. Use those boobs for the short and, nothing, nature's green, or nature's gold is green and nothing gold can stay. Take it from a chick who used to have those. Enjoy the perkiness while it lasts. Use your superpower and rack of superpower right now while you can, because once them things see children in gravity, well, let's just say they're going to have to lower the body cam. So I say, ma'am, take care and utilize your perky power while it lasts. No shame in that game. Don't hate the player. Well, injustice, I guess. The man who groped Ariana Grande at the Wicked for Good premiere has been sentenced to prison. So you can grope Ariana Grande and get a harsh punishment, but a chick runs over 3 people and YOLO to 3 to 9 years. Make it make sense, humanity. The man who was caught on camera rushing and grabbing Ariana Grande, all 87 pounds of her. Ma'am, look, I get it. Look, fat, skinny, short, tall, we all have body insecurities. So I'm not trying to pick on yours, but Madam, please. And I say this not as a body shamer, but as someone who legitimately thinks you look scary skinny. Please eat some peanut butter. Get some caloric density into your life. And I get it. Like, I struggle with eating when I'm anxious. Now used to be that I would feed my mouth whole when I was anxious. So I get it's a weird thing to deal with when, your anxiety reactions change. But for the love of all that is holy, could you eat a sandwich? You look unhealthy. And I don't generally care about adult pretenders, but when you see someone looking so abjectly physically unwell, my heart goes out to them. So, whatever you're struggling with that's causing you to have these struggles, get it under control. Hopefully, she has someone in her life that, can put her on the right path because she is talented, even if she annoys the ever living shit out of me with her baby girl voice. Look, she's not my cup of tea. That doesn't mean I want her cup of tea to break. Now, on Monday, BBC News reported that influencer Johnson Wen, 26, was found guilty of being a public nuisance in a Singaporean court and sentenced to 9 days in prison. Yeah, I wouldn't try crime in Singapore. I mean, did anyone not watch, Claire Danes and Broke Down Castles? I mean, I think that scared me from doing crime in general, but especially in, any sort of Malaysian country. And howdy, Dan. Now, under Singaporean law, Wen could have been jailed for up to 3 months and fined up to $200, or the so equivalent in American with the currency exchange would be $1,537. Now, Wen is an Australian influencer that goes by Pajama Man, and he sparked outrage at the November 13th premiere for the Wicked sequel when he jumped over the barricade and rushed the red, or in this case, yellow carpet. Now, Grande was walking hand in hand with fellow consummate weirdo. Look, I haven't watched the movie. This chick is the weirdest effing human alive. Like, you want to, like, things that scare me, people that legitimately would terrify Mo, that chick. That chick is she is an alien, and she likes to, I don't know if anyone else watched the interviews for this movie where Ariana and crazy bald chick were like touching and affirmating each other. Look, it's a whole ball of crazy that normally I love crazy. Like, the crazier the better. I want to study it. I would like to, get into the mindset. But y'all, those two together are a nexus of weird that made a black hole in subjective reality change my mind. It is rare that someone's weirdness or quirkiness or just, random inability to human genuinely throws me off. But these two terrify the ever living F out of me. That being said, I do want to still watch the movie. But yeah, those two are hella weird, and not like the good weird that I want to study and dissect a bit like Hannibal Lecter, but like the weird, like, am I going to be subject to a cult or a sacrifice of vegan tofu? It, I just, I don't know that I could comprehend the level of cray that these two create. So there you go. But the guy who did it is apparently in Singaporean jail, so possibly don't try to bum rush Ariana Grande in Singapore. You know, it's the things you learn on Morning with Mo.